Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises going honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to our elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This your brother Nathaniel from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back after the Spirit with an edifying lesson. And we're going into the bloody men. Okay, Esau is a very bloody man, a man of war. And, he's using his tactics and his rhetoric and his sword to wage war against the other nations. Okay, this is why other nations are going to hate the whore, because like, bro, we've been flying together like Canada. Canada's been a partner with the U.S. for the last 200 years. And now they're talking about they're having talks of war with America, and so is Mexico. So you got neighboring countries that have been at peace with America for so long, talking about war. Why? That's because of America's treacherous ways. Okay, so this is Psalms 59, and I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, let's start at verse 1. It says, to the chief musician, Amtashit, Michtim of David, when Saul was sent, and they watched the house to kill him. Deliver me from mine enemies, O Yahweh. Deliver me from them that rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity, and save me from bloody men. Okay? And Esau is a bloody, bloody man. All right? So he's out, starting wars, doing the exact opposite of what he promised. And the rest of the world is turning against Esau, Edom in a very big way. All right? Verse 3, it says, for lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgression, nor for my sin, O Lord. They run and prepare themselves without my fault, awake to help me, and behold. Okay, so the wicked, they prepare to do evil against people without no cause. They didn't even do shit to you. You just living in your land, doing your thing. We just gonna come over here and bomb you, take your president, and steal your oil. But we didn't do shit to you. And this is indicative of, how Esau does the Israelites. This is how this man is a bloody man, and he's the hammer of the earth, and he hates you tribes. All right, regardless of what you want to call yourself, you're still y'all Asherites, okay? At the end of the day. So, the Lord is going to have, he has an alt with you all as well, because y'all not coming back to serve y'all power. All right? So, anyway, continuing on. And it says, they run, verse 5, it says, therefore, O Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen, be not merciful to any wicked transgressors. Selah, and that's all of them. So the Lord ain't about to show y'all, China and all these other countries boasting, talking shit, but, y'all gonna get towed up too. Now, of course, America is going to take the bulk of the destruction, but at the end of the day, y'all other nations are going to get destroyed too. Okay, so like, yeah. How's it doing it? Okay. So like, yeah. All right, so I got a video. I'm going to play a portion of this video with Dabu 7.
Things are kind of fluid with the whole Caribbean, and there's definitely going to be some blowback. Something's going to happen in response to all these moves. You can almost guarantee that. But one thing is for sure, Iran is calling for this right now. They're saying that they're expecting the U.S. and Israel to hit them here within the next 72 hours or so. You can see right here, multiple headlines. They're preparing for a new wave of American-Israeli attacks in the region. And a lot of signs are pointing that way. Another big clue or hint that this is going down is there's been an onslaught of military assets heading across the ocean and into the region, into the area. A ton left out of Fort Campbell here in Kentucky, and the Night Stalkers that were conducting the whole Maduro raid, they are now heading toward Iran. So we have a wave of C-17s, We've got the Night Stalkers in motion. Many that are connected to the military say, man, you're only making moves like this if something's about to go down. It looks like indeed something's about to happen. Big time here. Signals all over the place. Plus, we have huge explosions that have already started inside of Iran. You can see on the right, that is the first explosion that happened today. All the talk around that was sabotage, and they're not sure what caused it. And here within the past 5 minutes, a secondary explosion, a massive explosion, has been reported inside of Iran. So we've got these explosions going off with massive protests on the ground that we know our government is backing and supporting. Per se, Cook.
All right, so you see, America's instigating everything. Now I got this other video here. Now this is from this is a brother.
These people.
Zakaria Allah from a branch in Branchport, Pennsylvania, I think, is where he's from. But he's teaching. I don't know if the brother's a part of GMS or not. But he does good videos that I catch online. So I'm gonna use this video to show you how the other nations are turning against America.
Hard, man, because when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction's coming, man. You know what I'm saying? Sudden destruction's coming, and we're seeing it, right? So check this out, man. We got the world responding to this this madman. You know what I'm saying? Going around the world. All right, check this out.
Nicolas Maduro, in that surprise military operation, the reactions continue to trickle in. They are swift, they are sharp, and deeply divided at the same time. Let's just start off with how China has reacted. Beijing has condemned the U.S. action in unusually strong language, in a way, accusing Washington of acting like a world policeman. Listen up.
We never believe that any country should act as world's policeman, nor do we approve of any country regarding itself as the international judge. The sovereignty and security of all countries should be fully protected under international law.
And China has also made it clear this will not stop at rhetoric. Beijing, along with Russia, backed Colombia's request for an emergency UN Security Council meeting where the legality of the US action will be challenged. Now, all of this is significant given that Venezuela has been one of China's closest strategic partners in Latin America, politically, economically, symbolically. China invested billions in Venezuelan oil, infrastructure, trade, especially as US sanctions tightened.
You see that? So, the United States of America has China has a vested interest in China has a vested interest in Venezuela. Now, I'm gonna see if I can find it. Elder Malcolm posted it, but Mike Pence said something about this is our hemisphere, and you ain't got no right doing business with our enemies in our hemisphere, some shit like that. So, hey, he's a proud man, and we'll get that in Habakkuk.
Analysts are saying Maduro's capture is a major blow to China's claim that it offers a non-interventionist alternative to U.S. power politics. China may not intervene militarily, but diplomatically it is expected to lead global opposition.
Oh no, China will intervene militarily. That's coming.
At the United Nations. Russia has also condemned the operation as an act of armed aggression, demanding Maduro's immediate release and warning against further escalation. Iran, another close ally of Venezuela, called the seizure illegal, saying abducting a sitting president sets a dangerous precedent. North Korea, for that matter, issued a similar condemnation, calling it a serious encroachment of sovereignty. In Europe, the response has been more nuanced, but no less tense. The European Union saying any political transition in Venezuela must include opposition leaders, including Machado and Edmundo Gonzalez. Despite Trump, remember, dismissing their roles. He's been clear about that as well. EU leaders, meanwhile, have urged restraint and respect for international law. Even while acknowledging Maduro's lack of democratic legitimacy, Britain's Prime Minister said the UK would engage Washington, but added that it would shed no tears over the end of Maduro's regime. Italy stands out here. The Prime Minister, a close Trump ally, has openly defended the US operation, calling it legitimate and offensive. Global markets delivered a split verdict. Safe haven assets like gold and the US dollar surged on heightened geopolitical risks, while oil prices fluctuated as traders weighed the long-term supply prospects, US policy signals, and regime change risks. And finally, streets around the world erupted in protest. In South Korea, demonstrators gathered outside the US embassy, asking how this differs from colonialism. In Madrid, hundreds protested what they called American aggression. In New York, protesters rallied outside the jail where Maduro is being held. But among the Venezuelan diaspora, especially those who fled repression for that matter, scenes of celebration also were witnessed. For some, this is justice. For others, this is regime change by force.
Okay.
All right, so you see that, America has completely turned as a rabid dog against the whole entire world. Okay? So I'm going to go to the book of Ezekiel 35. This is Ezekiel 35. It says, and 2, and it says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesied against it. And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord, Power, behold, I am, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. And I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel, by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had come to an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. You see? So, Esau Edom has been a bloody man on planet Earth. Okay? He has shed the blood of countless nations. Okay? My phone tripping. Okay. Alright. It's tripping. Alright, so Esau has shed the blood of countless nations, Salakia. Alright, and it's now everything is coming to an head. Okay? So, alright, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 17. 17:4, and it says, And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, and having and a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the great mother of harlots, and the abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints. You see that? These are all these Edomites throughout the world. It's primarily here in Babylon, but it's all over. Okay? With the blood, with the blood of the saints, and with the blood of the Mitris of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman, and of the beast that carried her, which have the 7 heads and 10 horns. And this is talking about NATO and the EU. And the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, which is Europe, and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose name was not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, that was, and is, yet is, that was and not and yet is. Okay. And it's talking about the deadly wound. Okay. All right. And it says, let's scroll down till I get to the point. Where is it at? Salakia. All right. This is and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay? So, that's what's coming to America. All right? That's what's coming to America. That's what's here. These other nations are gearing up to blast this hole with them thermonuclear missiles. All right? All right, so I'm going to go to one more precept. This is Jeremiah 51. This is Jeremiah 51:7. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all of the earth drunken. The nations have drinking of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So these nations are angry. They're upset. They've been tricked. On all levels, actually. Okay? As verse 8 and says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment hath reached unto the heavens, and is lifted up to even to the skies. So Babylon has done too much, and Babylon's time is over. The measure has been filled, and what you're seeing right now is the true nature of the Edomite without any deception. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna grab one more. I didn't have that one. Woe to see if I can find that. Yeah. That's it right here. Nahum 3:1. It says, Woe to the bloody city, it is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. Okay. So who are the prey? The Israelites. What's the city that's bloody? Babylon the Great. Is it still bloody? Yes, it is. Okay. And the rest of the world, the skirt has been lifted, and everyone sees this hoe for who this hoe is. You know, underhanded scumbag that will slit your throat and bathe in your blood. So with that, I'm going to end this off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Until the next time, I say shalom.